Intelligence System Analytic Computer is activated. All ISAC systems are confirmed online. Data scanned. Downloading files.
What's up, guys? You're listening to episode 150 of SITREPRadio, giving you the news and other happenings in the world of The Division 2. I'm officially going to say it, boys. The Division 2 is here, which means all the woos. Woo! But first, my name is Mike, and joining me are my co-hosts, as always, over the last almost 150 episodes, Robert.
Hello.
And Luke.
Hello.
And I hope you guys and our listeners have had a great week. And if you're listening to the show for the first time, welcome.
Woo.
We did it, boys.
Woo.
We made it to episode 150.
Woo.
I'm pretty sure that that's going to be it for all the way through the show today. Not only that, but I think there's something else going on in the community this week. I don't know if you guys have heard, but the Division 2's launching. Like, technically it's already launched, but it's launching this week, like now. So you can actually stop this podcast. Well, you can stop recording this podcast with me, and you can go play the Division.
All right, see you later.
Yeah, bye.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
Shortest episode ever, right?
Well, we're going to try, but we'll see. So it would only be right that we would do a giveaway, right, boys?
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Okay, Luke, what are we giving away?
So, via Gleam, this week, we are giving away 2 official Division 2 steel mugs, 2 copies of Alex Irvine's novel, Broken Dawn, and, best of all, 2 copies of the Tom Clancy's World of the Division book, which will interest all the lore fans out there. There are 5 ways you can enter. You get 10 entries for visiting the SITREPRadio YouTube page, 50 entries for retweeting the original giveaway tweet, and then 50 entries each for following our Twitter, Twitch, and Mixer accounts. So just to help Rob with the quick maths there, that's 210 entries.
You didn't need to help me, dude.
Well,
I set it up.
I know what you're like. You'll try and win it yourself. So,
Also, that is split between 6 people. So 6 people are going to get the chance to win one of all those things.
Good point. Yeah, you don't win all 6 prizes. You win
I was
one.
going to say, you don't want 2 copies of the same book. That'd just be like, what?
Well, I do.
I will. I'll put the link to the original tweet in the podcast description. But just in case you don't find that, the official Twitter for the podcast is @SITREPRadio.
Well, we can put the Gleam link in the show notes and stuff, can't we?
I'll put both in. Yeah, I was just thinking the official tweet for the retweet chances as well.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm sure you'll find it in the description over on YouTube.
Yes, definitely.
Anyway, back to the Division 2, boys. The servers are up. People are live now playing the Division 2. Something we've been waiting for what, a year? It's got to be a year now.
Yeah, no, they said on the set of the game it was a year since they announced it.
Unbelievable. Well, I say, people are playing the game. Obviously, if you have early access, you'll probably be playing the game or have already played the game already. The game went live for some people even before that who had a VPN.
I caught the VPN airlines and went to Australia for about 6 hours. Yeah, it was good.
Asshole.
I got a 30-day money-back guarantee on my VPN, so I paid for it and then got the money back the next day.
What did you say? What did you say to get the money back?
It took me, like, I was, how you get those web chat things? He kept asking me, like, why didn't you like the service? And like all these questions, like, is there anything we can do to keep your custom? I was like, no, just give me my fucking money back.
It was $300 to give me the money back.
No, it was like 10 quid.
World's most expensive VPN.
Yeah. But yeah, I just can't believe we've made it. It's been, I think it's safe to say it's been a bit of a tough year, slow year, especially news for us. For a Division-only podcast, something we've covered every single week as much as we can over the last year.
I think we tried our best to make it a Rainbow Six and Destiny 2 podcast, though, didn't we?
Maybe at one
mentioned those
point,
games
but-
every week for the last 12 months.
Well, it's kind of good when we got to those things. It was kind of like, oh, we're interested in this at the same time, but Division's still good, it's still going. But yeah, it's finally here, and yeah, I don't know about you boys, but just socially across everywhere, everybody seems to be praising this game so much, and I really do think it's well deserved. Like, you go on Reddit, you go on Twitter, you're looking on Facebook, you've seen, like, even what was it? Ice-T's playing the Division 2.
Yeah, I saw that tweet. It's like,
It's fucking awesome.
Gaming news, I'm just going to go and start playing the Division 2, catch you all in a month. I was like, yes, dude.
I know. I saw Julian Garrity was like nerding out over the fact that, you know, he's obviously a huge fan.
Fucking Ice-T, dude.
I know, and he's playing the fucking game. That must be so awesome. But just the positivity around this game at the minute is absolutely insane. Especially in hindsight with the amount, you know, it's kind of sad because there are other games that have come out that should launch just as good, and unfortunately they haven't. And the Division has really pulled it off this time around compared to, you know, the launch of the first one. It was immediately, you know, bugs and all the rest of it. I'm not saying that it's not been perfect, or it has been perfect, but it's been a pretty damn good launch and
Close to it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not going to get much closer to perfection, are you, for a launch of a game of this complexity? So I think they've absolutely nailed it, to be fair to them.
Well, they've even, you know, they've gone on the State of the Game today, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But, you know, they've said the stuff they want to fix already. There are bugs, there are slight issues, but it's not stopped anyone's experience of the game, as far as I'm aware.
And the things they want to fix is very minimal, and it's being done very quickly.
So, what were your thoughts earlier, Rob?
Yeah.
This might be the last episode we record of the podcast.
Yeah, I'm a little bit worried. Like, we're gonna not have anything to talk about because their main concern is the fact that we can't have bold characters or top knots. So yeah, we're done for. Like, this podcast might be dead.
It's a big issue because one of the three of us is going bold at an alarming rate of speed. So, you know, a bold agent would be great.
Yeah, so we're not going to have much to talk about.
I'm sure we'll find something. There's a lot of content to discuss.
Yes.
Which
a lot.
Although we've got let's decide now, when is the embargo going to stop for, like, because obviously being a podcast, we don't want to spoil anything, but how long are we going to wait? We're going to wait till Mike's finished the campaign and then start talking about it?
We can't wait. We can't wait that long. Nobody wants to wait that long.
All right, okay. Maybe let's flip this round. Luke, how long have you played of the game?
About 6 hours.
I've played approximately the same. Robert, how long have you played of the game?
22 hours.
Luke,
hello.
Did you manage to skive off work for a whole day to play the Division 2?
Hey,
No,
I was working.
No, I've got
bullshit.
A lot of work to do this week so that I can actually have next week off.
Yeah.
So it feels like I'm trying to cram 2 weeks' worth of work into 1 week, which sucks ass right now. But
you guys have got next week off. I'm working next week.
Fuck off, are you?
Unless
sat your desk does not count as working. Just saying. And if you end up being sick, I'm going to send a nice email to your boss.
Not a chance you're at work next week.
Is that why you're asking who my boss was?
Yeah, I was just going to wind you up.
Exactly why I didn't give you a second name.
Sorry, I could have found out.
No, you can't.
Yeah,
actually, no, you can. Yeah, you can.
There's a work tree. You can figure out. Yeah. I wouldn't do that to you.
No, seriously though, embargo-wise, I think either of 152 or 153. That gives people with general access 2 weeks, 3 weeks to get to level 30.
Yeah, I don't want to go into too many. I don't want to go into spoilers about the game. We're still playing it. Rob's level 30. He's pretty much done. Standard.
He's not done. He's got all the world tiers to go through yet. Let's calm down.
Shh, spoilers. You can't talk about it.
Apparently it doesn't take very long.
That's what she said.
Spoilers. But yeah. getting back on track.
Choo-choo.
I don't know about you boys, but seeing the devs get excited about the release and the launch and getting the DZ editions.
Yeah.
I've finally got my DZ edition today after a load of hassle with UPS. I fucking hate delivery couriers. I really do.
Mine's at the post office because nobody was home when the delivery driver turned up today.
I feel sorry for you, Luke.
No,
It'll be there tomorrow.
No statue for Luke. Still.
Oh, you get it.
I've only wanted a fucking statue for 4 years.
I know, dude. I know you're going to pick that one up in Germany, won't you? But you're like, regrets. Anyway, okay, so this isn't going to be us doing a review, but I do want to talk about our first impressions from what we've played of the game so far. So,
sorry, I just feel like mine might be a bit more in depth than you guys. But it'll be
okay.
It'll be one word.
If you feel at any point you want to go plot or redacted, I'm happy with that.
Yeah,
Mike,
just imagine you're talking about...
Mike, you might need to go to the toilet while I talk about the game.
Hold on, Luke,
Actually,
what level
you
are
both
you?
might need to talk about.
level 8.
I'm only a level down below you. Just saying. I'm not that far behind. Just some of to be honest, I wasn't feeling well. What Monday and Tuesday? I only really started feeling better today, and today's Wednesday.
Dude,
so
you're just taking the piss. Chill out. Don't
right.
rush.
I thought
There's no need
I
to
thought
rush.
you. Says the guy at level 30.
Yeah, but I've had a lot more time to play it. Right, when you get to 22 hours, you would have got to be a level 30 where you should be. If you're not, then you're doing something wrong.
I won't be. I can guarantee you right now. I'm going down
No,
every
I'm
alleyway
probably
I
not going
find.
to be. That's literally what I was doing last night, which kind of brings us back on track. This game is a son of a bitch for taking you down random places to get loot.
I knew exactly that's how I'd be though, because that's exactly how I played the first game. Like every little nook and crevice of that map I explored to like find all the recordings and stuff. So
I was talking to a friend today at work, and I was basically like, it reminds me of how you play Red Dead Redemption, where you have the main missions. On the way to another mission, you're like, oh shit, here's another thing here. Here's some loot. I'm going to pick that up. Oh, what are those enemies over there? There's a control point. There's like a public event, not a public event, the like propaganda and all the rest of it going on. And I was like, oh, I spent a good 5 hours last night playing, and I was like, shit, is that all I've done in the time that I've spent? I better go do another main mission. But yeah, it's kind of been weird for us. I don't know about you boys, but we normally play as a team of 3 plus Boris, normally, if he's on.
Team of 4. Don't be
a team of 4.
Dick.
No, not being a dick, but like normally it has been us lot for like the past couple of years, isn't it? And
Poor Boris.
I love you, Boris. Don't say that the wrong way. But we haven't grouped up at all in this game, have we? I think the conversation last night between myself and Rob and Boris, funny enough, was, when are you gonna like get a chance to play the game? Because we want to group up, because we're all kind of split up at the minute and it kind of sucks. And I was like, I'm gonna go play it now. Bye. And then I just left chat and left you to it.
I actually refused to go in chat last night.
Yeah, I had to apologize to Boris because he could obviously see Luke was playing, and yeah.
The most I said to Luke last night was, hi, Luke. And then got a message back going, hi, Mike. And that was it. That's about as much communication we've had between us whilst actually playing it. But the game is fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
The level of detail and all the rest of it.
Yeah, definitely agree with that. Definitely.
I want to... I kind of wished you guys had got a little bit further before we recorded this episode, because you are still probably doing stuff we did in the beta.
I've done. I think I've done the next mission. I think.
Okay, but like the next area after that, like Luke and Boris were in chat on Discord. I think it was Monday night, and me and Boris had gone on VPN Airlines and had already gotten past the beta stage, and Luke thought we were both being really quiet because not telling not spoilering anything. But I spoke to him yesterday, and we were just like, We weren't talking because of that. We were not talking because we were just in awe of how crazy, like, the game changes quite a lot at that point. I don't know whether it is change or whether it's just the fact that it's new.
I suppose, yeah, because you guys have already played the alpha, the private beta, the open beta, and you're kind of used to the area that you're playing in the first, like when you first play the game. And obviously you went to a new bit and you're like, holy fuck, this is really cool. So it's something fresh and new, isn't it?
But it's a new district and it's different. Like the scenery is completely different and the enemy is different. And it's just, it's very different. But yeah, wow, it's a great game. I'm hooked. I've literally not stopped playing it.
I couldn't tell. I don't think you've slept, have you? Have you seen your family at all?
No, my family have been neglected. I did warn them, so it's fine.
Oh god, because like I know you're a sucker for anything. You're basically a sucker for like a loot and grind game, like Warframe headfirst, Destiny headfirst, Anthem. Like you finished in what 2-3 days? It was done.
Yeah.
And
it's my addiction.
So having something like this is actually a really good thing. So far, Luke, does the game live up to your expectations? Oh, I know you've only played like a small segment of it, but
it's surpassed them.
Yeah,
easily. Yeah, I can't believe how much content there is to do, and we've not had a single smuttering of DLC yet. I mean, we said it on the podcast months ago that people need to temper their expectations because we've got so much content in Division 1, and then Division 2 is going to come along, and it's going to be empty for a little bit till they put some episodes out, etc., etc. No, it was utter bollocks. We didn't know what we were talking about. There's so much to do in this game already.
Well, this is the thing that obviously the team at Massive and all the teams that have supported to make the game are being praised for, and including Ubisoft, is the fact that is the response that we thought would happen because that's how most games release. Mm-hmm. They launch, there's not much content, played a 1 to 30 or whatever, and you get to end game and you have to wait for the content. We've seen it happen in other games more and more recently, and I think it was not only tempering other people's expectations, but I think it was us saying we're tempering our expectations for what the game is, so that we're not let down when it launches, because we already know from the Division 1 how that launched.
It's become the model, hasn't it?
Yeah, and it shouldn't be. I think they've really shown, like, this is how you launch a game.
So hopefully this game does really fucking well, and all the devs on all the other developers of other game industry big wigs just go, oh, hang on, let's make a game that works to begin with. That might make some money. Holy shit, what a great idea.
If it launches well, holy fuck, that will make us even more money.
But guess what makes all of that even better when you put into perspective that we've got all this to do in the game and we're praising how well it works from day one and how well the launch has gone. The DLC is fucking free.
Yeah. What's the other thing? You can't, I could be wrong, I was reading this off Twitter, but like, I don't think you can buy, is it superior credits for the apparel caches? You have to earn them? I don't know. I don't know, but like the fact that is possible is pretty cool. But I need to double check that to be sure. But I'm enjoying it. Luke's enjoying it. Rob, I'm pretty sure you're enjoying it. If not, if you went through the 1 to 30 going, I fucking hate this game, I'd be a little bit scared. I really don't want to play this, but I've just spent 22 hours straight playing the game.
If I could pump it into me intravenously, it would be happening right now.
Well, this is the idea. We're talking as quick as we can so we can get this fucking show over. So anyone sat down waiting for a 4-hour podcast, unfortunately, it won't be today.
Not next week either.
Maybe.
Yeah, you guys will be done by next week.
Okay, so that pretty much sums up our thoughts so far from what we've played of the Division 2. Are you pretty happy with it so far, boys?
Yep, love it. Woo! Want to play some more?
Well, let's try and get this done so we can get off and play. Obviously, we don't want to keep you guys too long either, but we do have a little bit of news to cover, and we're going to get straight down to it now.
State of the game.
Okay, so by the time the podcast airs, the Thursday maintenance should have happened already, hopefully fixing a few issues that have been found during the launch week of the game. I say by the time this podcast airs because we've apparently changed the date that the podcast is going to be coming out on.
Wait, so today's not Thursday then, no?
No, it's not. Nor is tomorrow Friday.
Yeah.
Apologies.
That's what I was just going to say. I look forward to recording on Thursday because that means I'll finish early the next day, but you just screwed it all up.
It's funny though, because you can think about it. And if Rob gets drunk tonight, he'll be drunk, but he'll be at work all day tomorrow.
How drunk are you right now, Rob?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, let's get down to the things that they're going to be fixing. First up, the castle settlement progression bug. There's been some issues with that. There's been a loot exploit already going on. Why I'm surprised about that, I don't know. Some of the other fixes they're going to be sorting out. Rob, you probably know a little bit more about this because of you being at level 30, but there's a World Tier 3 to 4 progression block.
Yeah, if you play with someone who's higher, because there's a gear score cap, but you can somehow get past that by joining someone else who is above that gear score. And then doing the stronghold, then you'll go back to your instance. The stronghold will be done, but you're not in World Tier 4, so you're stuck. There is a way around it. They said on the state of the game you can join someone else who's at the right gear score and just about to do the thing, and it might fix it for you, but it might not.
Okay, but that is being looked into and should be fixed.
It should be fixed at some point.
There's also a weapon skin bug, which basically means if you sell a weapon in the game with a weapon skin that you've bought and paid for, it could potentially be lost. They are working on a fix. Apparently, deconstructing the weapon doesn't lose it for some reason. You can try using the buyback function or contact Ubisoft support if you've lost a skin that you've bought with your own money, at least. So you should either be reimbursed or they'll apply it in game, I would assume. There's obviously some other things that are going to be under investigation, ongoing. I know Reddit's got a thread for bugs and other things to report on. But if you are having any issues on any of the platforms, please give feedback over on either Reddit or over on the official Ubisoft Division forums to give as much detail, send videos and all the rest of it.
Yeah, record it if you can, yeah.
Okay, so Julian and Christian joined Hamish Bode on the State of the Game today to discuss a couple of things. Obviously, with the launch week happening, they're going to be focusing right now basically on the health of the game, which is really important with the launch. It's going to create the best experience for everybody out there, isn't it, boys? How do you feel about the fact they are actually focusing a lot more? They seem to be more proactive than probably the first time round. What do you reckon?
Well, learning from mistakes, I guess.
Yeah.
They both said that on State of the Game, to be fair to them. I think it's great that they're jumping on the health of the game from day one. You know, if you can sort out as many little bugs as possible as soon as possible, there's less likely for them to escalate, isn't there? So yeah, it's a great attitude.
I think it's also from what I mean, I'm not 100%, but it seems like things seem to be a lot easier to fix this time around. Like they're a lot quicker on applying patches and fixes to the game, either on the server. Obviously, if it's a patch on the client side, it's going to have to be uploaded to Sony, Microsoft, Uplay. It doesn't matter because they can send that out as soon as possible. But you know, they are pretty on the ball this time around.
Shit hot
before.
I would say.
Hot. There's already been one huge netcode issue that's been fixed where basically two people were trying to play on the same router at the same time, but apparently couldn't play.
Which was on Monday, which I find hilarious because the early access wasn't even out then.
No, so that would have been review copies of the game?
So, yeah.
Well, I was trying to think of two people that would be playing the game early access in the same house. The only people I could think of was SkillUp and his brother.
Or SkillUp and his mum.
Could be SkillUp and his mum. Or it could be like butter in his cat.
Wow, yeah.
I don't even know if he has a
Does
cat.
like butter,
Anyway,
yeah, as I say, does
Pretty
like
sure he's
butter
got
even have
cats.
a cat?
Yeah, I think so.
maybe it was like butter's cat's trying to play us.
Like Butter's fiance is a streamer as well, isn't she? So technically, it could have been the pair of them rather than the cat.
Yeah.
But
True. They basically said, yes, there's new content coming. We all know it's free, all the rest of it. But it's going to be scheduled and planned. So just stand by. There will be more stuff in the future. You just have to be patient and not rush to the end game. Maybe. I don't know. Whatever you do, have fun. Anyway, quality of life changes that are going to be going on.
Wait. We're not supposed to rush to the end game.
Too late. Sorry, Rob. Okay, so something else that the community's kind of been like, you'd think out of all the things that would be a huge issue on launch week, bald haircut options, as Luke obviously said earlier, big thing. People are kicking off about that. Not literally, but as a bit of a joke. And there's going to be some UI changes. I'm seeing it on PC. PC players are basically like, can we please make the user interface on PC just single click like it was in Division 1? I haven't had any issues. I know I said about it on the podcast the other week. I've kind of got used to it. It's absolutely fine. I feel like I actually feel like the user interface is a lot more responsive. I don't know if you guys feel like that.
this is kind of exactly what I said would happen, though. I mean, I know they've made some UI changes, but a lot of it is just that we're now used to it and we don't care anymore. It's literally just, well, I've played with it for 5 minutes now. I know where things are.
It's now the norm.
Yeah, right.
And finally, I think, Luke, you said something before about this.
I can't remember if it was a tweet or an interview that Julian's done before, but basically he was taking the piss out of themselves because in the very first E3 trailer, there was a police car that had one of the doors ever so slightly ajar, so it looked like the word police was actually the word pulse, with the I missing from police. I'm still of the opinion that it was actually a spelling error, but whatever. And basically, Julian, being a light-hearted guy that he is, pointing fun at themselves, saying he now wants to add one police car with the spelling pulse into the game somewhere on the map, not tell anybody where it is, and make it in a community challenge to find it first and win some swag.
And you have to pulse it.
Now, I heard him say this before, as I say, and I know you've heard the same thing, haven't you, Rob?
Yeah, they stated it they said on the Div Central podcast last week that I listened to.
So I'd already been walking around the map looking at pretty much every police car I can find to make sure I was the one that found it first, but apparently it's not in the game yet, so I've just wasted my time.
Rip.
But I will find it. And I will take a photo of myself stood next to it.
You won't, because it's not in the game yet.
No, when it's in the game, I'll find it. Genius. So yeah, that's apparently coming. I mean, I know Julian wants to do that. It might not get in the game, but he's all for a bit of fun like that, isn't he? So that'd be cool.
If that gets put on, the community's going to hunt that thing down.
Oh, God, yeah. For a free bag of swag for finding a spelling mistake. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, that's it for news. It's quite good. There's not many issues there, really, is there? For a first week?
No, first week of a complex game like this, I think if you'd have offered that to the dev team last week, they'd have snapped your hand off, wouldn't they, for so few issues, and one of the big ones being that people are moaning about the haircuts you can choose. Yes, please. So yeah, well done to everybody involved in the game, to be fair.
Well done to the entire team, because it's been well deserved. Anyway, moving on very quickly, huge shout out to Bombshell Jackets. They've hit episode 130 of their podcast. Huge congratulations to all the guys over there. 130? Fucking hell. 100.
Episode 100. Congratulations to Tinks, Sage, Remy, Eidolon Fox, who appears from time to time, and Lady, who started it with Tinks way back when. GG, guys. Welcome to the 100 Club.
Why the fuck did I say 130? It's like a fucking random number I pulled out the top of my head. Apologies. But honestly, huge congratulations to those guys. And finally, if you basically sat down on launch day this Friday or over the next couple of days and you're waiting for your download to download, get on and listen to the N-Gone podcast. Hamish Bode recorded an episode with Bjorn from the online infrastructure team, and he basically goes into a lot of good detail on what the fuck happens behind the scenes on dedicated servers, because there are dedicated servers in the Division and the Division 2, and it's really interesting and it's well worth your time. It's about 90 minutes long, so, I mean, depending on your download speed, it could be like 4 hours if you're here, or if you're elsewhere, 10 minutes, but definitely go check it out. It's well worth a listen. Okay, so moving on to questions and feedback. If you have a question or feedback you want to send into the show, Rob will read out all the places you can send it in a little bit. Or if you want to send us your stories in the Division 2, you're more than welcome as well. Anyway, we did have an email sent to us via Mash This Buttons, the network that we are a part of, and it goes something like this. A friend turned me onto the Division 2, and not having played any other Ubisoft titles, I was hesitant. But after playing the beta, I have to say I'm extremely impressed. Coming away from Anthem a fair amount, realizing some of the missteps they took with the end game content is very refreshing. To see how Ubisoft approached and communicated theirs for the Division 2. I have to say, I'm also impressed with your show, the dynamic you have built between the hosts, and coming from a fellow podcaster, I was happy to hear the audio quality and bumper quality as well. Keep up the great work, guys.
Someone noticed our audio quality is good. We spent a lot of money on microphones, I tell you.
P.S. I enjoyed the open beta talk on the last show and never wished so much to have someone voice a Quidditch match in my life. I can't remember what we said about Quidditch last week.
What?
I think I might have to go back and listen to last week's episode again just to kind of fucking remember.
How drunk was I?
Well, you spent the entire podcast going, I love Quidditch, bitch.
That doesn't sound like something I would say. Not gonna lie.
Unless you were
No, even when I'm really drunk, I wouldn't say that.
I don't know. You told me once you're the biggest Harry Potter fan. But anyway, that was sent in by Billy Bob Porkins, aka GH Hutch. Thank you very much for your email. It's very much appreciated.
Yeah, cheers, dude.
Yeah.
Luke, do you want to take the next one, dude?
Gregorius from our lovely Discord server says about Division 2, loving it. Been going at it for about 9 hours now and gotten a good bit into the areas. I very much enjoyed the mod system here compared to Division 1 when you had to have multiple of the same mod to equip them for your weapons. In terms of errors, I've only had one runtime error occur, and coincidentally this was the first time I took an RBG to the face from an elite mob. The sights around the city are captivating. The small events happening throughout the various areas, like public executions for instance, I enjoy very much as it brings a better dynamic to a living city feeling. Specific question with the mods that I have yet to see. Will there be any mods to increase threat gain like there was in the first game? I liked the idea of having a threat increase when using the Mastery Shield in Division 1, but it might not be an option here in Division 2. I don't believe that is a thing, no. And if it is,
Rob?
It's certainly something I've not seen yet.
I don't know, dude.
I thought you would have checked out all of Marco's videos on that, because it probably would be in one of those, right?
I don't know, dude.
He's like redacted.
I don't know.
Okay.
Possibly could be a stat. I'm not sure.
Okay. Over to you, Rob.
This came from Whistler on Discord. I'll probably have more feedback after I played some more, but first thing I'm sad about is the way that co-op play works and how certain progress only goes towards the host. Yeah, I don't know that. That's why we're all playing solo. I was looking forward to playing a second playthrough with my brother, who will only play with me. So we'll see how that goes, but at least it will be my second playthrough. Yeah, I guess, will we all group up when it comes to a second playthrough?
No,
You're looking at me like, no, fuck off. Not playing.
No,
with
you'll already have 2 characters done by the time we get to a second playthrough.
Before you, anyway.
At least the third one.
Well, you don't make 2 characters, do you?
I'm gonna have to this time, dude.
Why?
How many specializations again?
There's a revelation.
Hold on a minute. I made, 3 in the Division
You
1
can
on
change
PlayStation
specializations
4?
on the fly, Mike. You don't need to worry about having to have separate characters for specializations.
You're trying to defend yourself by stating that you made 3 characters in 3 years on Division 1 across 2 platforms. That's not much of a defense, dude. I think I made 7.
I don't need 8 characters to play a game that I love.
Yeah, you do.
Sorry.
Yeah, you do. Disagree.
Anyway, Not Me Mister sent in saying 2.5 hours in and I'm loving it. The odd FPS drop, but nothing major. Optimization seems really good overall and can see an improvement over both betas. Opening was a pretty cool setup to the game and character creation was awesome. I just want to say, yes, it fucking was. And there's some fucked up shit you can do with that. Loving the sounds.
Mike,
cool moment.
Sorry to interrupt you, but how long did you spend?
Not that long.
Because people are interested.
Less than an hour.
People are interested in this.
Less than an hour.
Okay.
Yeah. But I saw some people going, I'm probably going to spend all night in the character creation.
Did you
so
make
it's
your
not just me.
character look like a Neanderthal with war paint on?
Maybe. But he's got some sweet aviators.
I really wish you'd streamed that. It was quite funny to listen to.
You know, like when you get a character customization and you set everything to max? Just saying.
Did you turn it to 11?
Turn it to 13.
Oh, shit.
And now it looks like you now, Rob.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet burn, dude.
Anyway, he said he's loving the sounds, and one cool moment was in the opening mission, realizing he could hear the lullaby shotgun cartridges hitting the floor as you fired. Overall, the people involved should be immensely proud of what they've achieved. 100% agree with that. After all the concerns since the game was announced and seeing how the Division 2 performed at launch, and the problem is, like, people say D2, and it's freaking complicated because we know it as TD2, and when you actually get someone that gets it right, it's fucking weird. And seeing how D2 performed and launched, and then Anthem, it's fabulous to see what Massive and other studios have produced. This is how you do a AAA looter shooter.
Amen.
Agreed. Luke, last one.
Seamaster GMT says, so far I am really loving the game. The sound is awesome. The graphics are out of this world. There is so much to do in game. Missions and projects that have come up which were not in the beta are especially enjoyable because they are fresh. I'd agree with that. Washington D.C. looks amazing. It is really hard not to just walk down every alley, street, doorway and ramp to explore everything. I'd also agree with that. I also want to level up some more and make clans, etc. available, so just wandering around like a nomad isn't always going to work. I also like the mechanics of the game, and I'm thankful to Luke for suggesting that I force myself to use keyboard and mouse to get used to it before the Division 2 released. I'm still wonky in a firefight, but with a lot going on. I'm still wonky with a firefight and a lot going on, but I am much improved from a couple of months ago. Glad to hear that, Seamaster GMT. Well played, dude.
Yeah. Well done, man. And thank you, honestly, thank you very much to everyone who sent feedback in. I know it's short notice, and I know only a few people have had a chance to play the game, but it's honestly appreciated by all of us. I guess that's it. Thank you to everyone who sent feedback. There's no questions. It's just feedback.
Can I do my bit now?
You can he do his bit now, Luke? Is he allowed?
I'm not asking for fucking permission, dude.
You just did.
No, I'm just waiting for you to give me the prompt. That's not a word. Prompt. What's the prompt?
I am now promoting you to start your bit.
I want to promote cake.
This will be a 10-minute segment where Rob goes on about nursery rhymes.
Dude, that's in the unedited version of this.
Yeah. We definitely didn't record this in 2 halves.
No, we didn't. Because audio issues.
I'm struggling to think of anything more creepy than Rob reading nursery rhymes, to be honest.
Oh, man, that'd be amazing, right?
I think that would freak out almost everybody listening.
Yeah, including my children.
Look, Rob's actually sat there trying to think of nursery rhymes so he can say it.
I read my kids' books like at least 3 times a week.
Do they have nightmares on those nights?
Now that you mention it. No, they don't. Maybe they're just used to my voice. I don't know. Or maybe the books I'm reading aren't that scary.
Right, I'm now promoting you.
You're promoting me? Yeah.
Yes.
Let's have some Premont cake. You can find us over at SITREPRadio on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, as well as our personal accounts. Send any questions or feedback for the show to SITREPRadiopod@gmail.com. Or you can find us on Discord. The link will be in the show notes. We want to hear your thoughts on the news and topics we cover, so I always mess up on that bit. I don't understand why. Hey, so please leave a comment in any of those places. Luke,
150 times you said that, dude, and you still can't fucking say it.
hasn't been
I'm glad
150
you
times.
said that. I'm glad you said that. 'Cause I was like, you've read this fucking 100.
Hasn't been that long. It's changed over the years.
Please leave a review of the show using the podcast app of your choice. We really do enjoy reading all of them. The feedback is excellent, and at the end of the day, it does actually help other people to find our show. If you listen all the way to the very end of the show, you'll hear all the juicy details about the other awesome shows that are available on the Mash Those Buttons network. That's how you fucking finish the show.
Wow.
Thank you.
You said that really fast. I'm impressed.
Trying to play the fucking game the same as I'm trying to play the fucking game, but we had to re-record the fucking end of the fucking show, but it's definitely not in this recording of the show.
Only dogs can hear you now, dude.
It's fine. Shh. We do live stream as often as we can, so if you are interested in dropping by and chatting with us whilst we play the Division 2 and maybe no other games ever again for like the next 3 years, you can find us all over at twitch.tv/SITREPRadio. However, I won't be streaming for a couple of days. I'm sure Rob will be because I haven't finished the game. Just saying. So there will be streams, but I think Rob, you'll probably take point on that.
Maybe.
Okay. We have been SITREPRadio. This is episode 150. Thank you so much for listening, supporting, sending feedback, questions over the last 3 years. The Division 2's out. We honestly hope you enjoy and have a great weekend and launch week playing the game we love. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Don't forget the giveaway. Bye.
You're listening to a Mash Those Buttons podcast. Visit mashthosebuttons.com for a full podcast schedule.
Cargo secured. Extraction complete.